Now friends, we already have completed the answer wherein the weight of B and weight of C have been calculated by us. Now I just give you explanation with a short method. Let's say how you can compute the answer. Over here, what you can see that the weight of A reduces by 0.10. Okay, from zero point 0.3 it reduces to 0.20. So that is a reduction by 0.10. As against that, weight of B is also getting reduced by 0.10. I'm sorry, it increases by 0.10. So both of them are having say the negative relationship. If the weight of A reduces, then weight of B increases with the same proportion. So we can say directly also that say if at all say this reduces by 0.30, then in that case say this will I'm sorry, this increases by 0.30, that is an increase. This increases by 0.30. In that case, so this will reduce by 0.30. That is also the way directly we can understand that so the answer can be calculated. Now friends, instead of like the information which has been given that 4,000 is invested in A out of 8,000, suppose we would have been provided with the information like this. Investment is made in A rupees 6,000 out of 8,000. I want you to write in the chat box that what would be weight of B and weight of C. Now friends, over here you can see that WB is equal to A plus WA into B. We already have derived this equation. So what you can do, you can put the value of WA over here to compute the WB. So we understand something like this. WB is equal to A plus WA into B. What is the value of A? It is 0.70. What is weight of A? 6,000 divided by 8,000 into B. What is the value of B? It is -1. So what will happen here, students? It is 0.70 plus 6,000 divided by 8,000. 0.75 into -1. So 0.70 minus 0.75. So the answer will be -0.05. This is the way we will have the answer of WB. So what will happen, dear students? Weight of A, weight of B, weight of C, and total. WA has already been found by us. It is 0.75. WB is -0.05. So use your calculator. 0.75 minus 0.05, that is 0.70. The total is of course 1. So this is found as balancing figure, that is 0.30. This is the way you can make the calculation of answer. Now friends, if at all we take into account the values which have been given to us in the question, you can once again understand like this. When the weight of A reduces by 0.10, weight of B increases by 0.10. this will increase by 0.10. This is the kind of relationship that we have. Now, what is the weight of A? You can see that so the weight of A is 0.75. So from 0.20 to 0.75, what is the difference? The difference is 0.55. So you have to reduce 0.55 from this. So 0.5 less 0.55, that comes to negative 0.05. And this is of course 0.3. And like you may have a point to ask me that, sir, can we take 0.30 as the weight of C and we keep the weight of B as balancing figure? Yes, every time that is going to work. Dear students, my suggestion to all of you is that take this only as a kind of cross verification. From examination point of view, we are required to show this entire working. The reason behind that is the institute has provided suggestion answer in which they have formed the equation, they have computed the value of A, they have computed the value of B, and then they have provided the final answer. Now friends, I hope that you will be able to understand the significance of this information. It is supposed that say, there are no restriction on short sales. Now this information is going to carry an importance. Why? Because you understand that say this information is providing that say there can be a negative weight. So basically what you are going to do, we understand that say in this portfolio, that is to form this portfolio that say we have recently designed, the total amount that you have is 8,000. Listen carefully, 8,000 into 5%. What happens that say for security B, you will create a short position. You already have invested 6,000 over here. So you understand something like this, that 8,000 plus 400, you have total 8,400 rupees. Out of that 6,000 is invested in A, so 2,400 will be invested in C. That is the way you will have the weight of A, weight of B and weight of C. So small summary of the entire answer. We have been provided with the information about the two minimum variance portfolio, means two efficient portfolios have been given to us. The first part of the question is very simple. We have to form another portfolio taking into account the weights, and based on that, so the revised portfolio is required to be formed. That's very simple. Nothing is great in that. The second part of the question is important, wherein we are required to form one more efficient portfolio, that is minimum variance portfolio, in which the proportion of the investment in security A is 50%. So basically we are required to find what should be the proportion of the investment in B and C. That is a question. We have understood the concept that the minimum variance portfolio over here consisting of the three securities is about the efficient portfolio. There is an understanding that say we have is that say the proportion of the that is the weight of the security in the efficient portfolio will change proportionately. So what will happen? We understand that say we have to form a linear equation. For that, say I have given example to you of the total cost. It is calculated as total fixed cost that is going to remain same plus output, that is an independent variable, into variable cost per unit, that is the slope. With that, say we make the computation of the total cost. So we form an equation and we find so the value of the B as negative 1. Based on that, say we compute the value of A. Then we make the computation of the weight of B. This is the way, say we are required to make the calculation. This is the way the answer can be done. I just extended the question to explain you. Suppose 6,000 rupees is to be invested in A, then in that case the weight of B will be negative, and which is definitely possible. Why? Because the question is providing the information that say you can create the short position for security B. So you sell security B, you receive rupees 400, that amount along with 8,000 is invested in A and C. You can do this answer with a shortcut method also. You can just see what is the change in the weight of A, and with that say what is the change in weight of B. Whatever is the change in the weight of A, based on that, so the change in the weight of B can be calculated.